Hey everyone, John Daly here. It's been about a month since I've done a video, and I was recently talking to some people about what are some simple cleanses to do just in the morning. So I thought I'd kind of cover what I do and kind of give perhaps a brief background of where they kind of initially came from and pretty much what they'll actually do for you if you do continue with it. And many of these are practical ones that you can kind of continue with, just like brushing your teeth. And I'll even give notes on kind of when I do them as well to kind of keep them very simple. So anyways, the first one I'm going to cover is a tongue cleansing. And what this one is something that's done first thing in the morning, and ultimately your body starts to detox at night when you get into a deep delta rest or brain state, that your body becomes very catabolic and you start going into ketosis depending on how long you've been fasting or been abstinent from food. And you start breaking down all these toxins. So a lot of people have just bad breath in the morning and all these toxins in their mouth. So before drinking anything, you basically want to get all that out. So a very simple method. What you'll require for this one is simply a spoon. Now you've probably all seen tongue cleaners that have more of a wrapped or an undulated metal plate that you kind of scrape your tongue with. A spoon will do just as good a job, whether it's stainless steel or even a wooden one. So simply all it is, and you can make a mess on your shirt if you ever do a video like this to demonstrate, but you basically take off any type of plaque. You'll notice that might be whiter, and you basically rinse your mouth out after scraping your tongue. You'll notice that after repetitive or increasing days of doing this, that your tongue will actually be a little bit fresher in the morning, and this for the main reason why you start pulling out these toxins. So very simple. The second one I'm going to cover is probably the most fun one, and I thought this was very strange when I first came across it. I think I first came across it when I was studying Ayurveda and Daniel Reed's work on Neti, or basically the neti pot. Maybe you've heard of that. Now, nasal irrigation, as it's called in the West here, is used in many different ways. I actually use the nasaline syringe. I find it's a little easier, and just I can continue with it. You've probably all seen, though, from many centuries ago, like an inverted almost bullhorn, and you see these kind of crazy images of these people cleaning their noses out that way. But I'm going to demonstrate something here that is quite simple. Now, all you need for this one, to keep it simple, is a measuring cup. Now, I'm going to be doing about a half teaspoon to a cup of warm water. So I keep one of these in the washroom. And what I do is basically fill it up from the shower. I have a shower filter. Warm water, and then half a teaspoon, or in certain containers you can just get ones with simple blue spoons. Very simple. So, once doing that, I have my water already prepared here. So normally I wouldn't do this much water, but just to demonstrate, you go from one nose to the other. And you rinse your nose out after. This is called Neti and nasal irrigation. You do this repeatedly. We have these mucosal sensors in our nose that predominantly discern a lot of our tastes. So if we do this on a regular basis, our food can actually taste better. And we can pick up, our nose filters out pollens, pollution, can really help with chronic sinusitis like hay fever, things like that. So this is a nice one to keep going with. And just as I mentioned, warm water just with these keeps it very simple. Okay, just running along here. Last one that I started getting into perhaps a couple of years ago now is doing eye cleansing. Kind of a hobby of mine was doing more of the Shatkriya pratyahara, these Indian Vedic cleanses for improving eyesight. So what I have here basically is distilled water. I used to use an eye cup. I actually find using a shot glass is more effective for basically getting it in the eye. And there's many cleanses you can do. This is actually just my water glass, but you can actually use lemon juice, and you only use a few drops per half cup, and you do an eye wash with that, or just make eye drops out of it. So with this one, I'm actually just going to use a few drops of Dr. Christopher's seal, and I'll put up the link because I quite like it. And this is basically just golden seal, red raspberry, bayberry bark, and even cayenne pepper, as well as some eyebright. So the cayenne is there basically as a catalyst, so increasing more blood flow to these small capillaries in the eye can really help flush out toxins. And I've read a lot of reports, and it happened for myself as well, that you actually wake up with some mucus discharge after a while. And this is basically all these toxins that we're holding behind our ocular muscles and the like, and it's starting to be released from our body. So we'll see how this one demos, because this one can sting just a tiny bit, but it feels really good. And these are things that, again, you just keep in the washroom, and you can do them around when you're showering or whatnot. And that's simply it. A lot of people will rotate their eye and do certain exercises, which I do as well, but I tend to do them separate from washing. So these are 3 simple exercises. I just thought I'd introduce them while I had them around. And yeah, I wish you all the very best, and send in any comments or questions you have, because these are actually quite fun to do after a while. And once you make a habit of them, it really can improve your life. So thank you very much.